Today we're going to use the Dodge tool, so we're going to open up the Dodge tool folder and go ahead and choose this file that says Boost Eyes Before Big. We're going to use this for two different projects, but we'll start out with this one. Okay, obviously the first thing we want to do is make a copy, so you can right click and copy or drag it down to this piece of paper. And let's go ahead and just choose the Dodge tool, which is going to be right here. If it's not selected, you might see the burn or the sponge tool. And then we're going to decrease the exposure to 10% and keep it on highlights because we're going to work on the eyes first. And we don't want to lighten any of the dark parts of the eyes, like the pupil, because that would just look weird. So we're going to start with just going around this part of the eye. We can get some of the whites of our eyes too. Just a little bit, not too much. Okay. Now let's make the brush size just a bit bigger. This looks good. And I'm going to change this to midtones and just kind of go over right in here. Let's go over her eyes a little, her hair a little bit. Go over her eyes just a bit. Okay. Now if we look at the before and after, it just brightens her up just a little bit. So you don't want to do too much. So that looks pretty good. Now if we wanted to zoom in and work on her eyes, maybe her eyelashes a little bit, we might want to use the burn tool. And the burn tool is going to make things darker. So I'm going to change the size down a good bit and leave the exposure. Actually, I'm going to change the exposure down also. So I'm just going to kind of go over her eyelashes with the burn tool, and it's just going to gradually make them a little bit darker. Okay, now if I look at the before and after of her eyes, it should look better. Okay. If you did too much, you can always decrease the opacity of this layer. Alright, that's your assignment. When you get finished and you like the way it looks, make sure you save it as a JPEG and change it to, something after, so I can see the before and the after.